Season 9 is around the corner, and once again we're starting off the season in the top 10. You have two Big Ten schools, including the new national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes, at 1 and 2. So as you see, we are at number 9. A+ on defense. We lost a good bit on offense, but we're still a B, and there's plenty of room for improvement. Let's check out the squad for season 9. So returning under center at the quarterback spot, we have Deadpool, William Wade Wilson, the merch with the arm. He is back for his junior campaign. Now he's looking to repeat as the Heisman Trophy winner. But with Ryan Thompson gone, he's got to find somebody else to step up to the plate. Oh, my bad, wrong sport. But with this new schedule, Deadpool is going to have his best games on full display. We will reveal that for you later on in the video. So there goes William Wade Wilson as we take a look at our quarterback depth chart at 91 overall. Danny Finnerty will be backing him up at 86 overall. Now keep in mind, Finnerty has the more accurate arm, but William Wade Wilson right now is doing a great job. And on top of that, he's still on top of the Heisman Trophy watch list for another season, followed by Wilcox, the quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes. Then you have John Webb, the quarterback for the Pitt Panthers. Chris Mays, the Purdue wide receiver, and Daryl Murphy, the quarterback for Penn State. Now we take a look at our running back spot, and I know a lot of y'all have some questions. Who's going to take over now that Donnie Monker and low down Dirty Shane Harris are gone? Well, if you see, we got Steve Urkel Bostic at 84 overall. And also notice we have a lot of speed at the running back position. So you're going to see multiple running backs in different formations as we start the new season. Lorenzo Harris, I'm telling y'all right now, will be our goal line running back. And we're going to redshirt the running back we got out of Fairfield. So between all of these running backs we have currently on our depth chart, only one has a carry, and that is Steve Urkel Bostic. And I believe he's from Mississippi. So with that being said, we're going to have Kelvin Mills blocking for him, and we're going to do a better job of giving him more carries. He is at 94 overall. The wide receiver position, though, we have a new impact player, Tommy Chavez, who has the best hands on this team and the most consistent. With Ryan Thompson gone, we're going to need him and the rest of the wide receiver core to step up. Now, Tommy Chavez has not had a 1,000-yard receiving season yet, but that could potentially be the case this season. Sheldon Green, he makes big plays, he makes big catches, but he also drops big plays and drops big catches. He dropped a good bit of them against Stafford, and we're hoping he can overcome that in season 9. Also, Chad Hamilton is looking to get more reps on offense. Of course, he's going to be on special teams, but we're looking for him to do more for us on offense. Also, be on the lookout for our true freshman wide receiver, Kevin Humphrey, that we got during the offseason from Bryan, Texas. He's 6'9", weighs just under 200 pounds. And another cat you got to look out for is the guy we got during the season in season 8, and that is Patrick Collier. We're not going to redshirt any wide receivers because I believe we have like 5 or 6 on the depth chart right now. So we're going to put everybody in all kind of different formations. Everybody bringing something different to the table. There you see Kevin Murphy at 82 overall. And of course, so Thomas Chavez is going to be our guy. He has the best hands on his team as well. Harry Ortiz is looking for redemption at 94 overall. He had not caught a touchdown pass in a year. On the offensive line, Kelly McDonald will be holding down the left side now with the departure of Kendrick Billings. Ryan McCauley at 82 overall. Then you got Ryan Jones, who will be our starting center. So that means we might have to redshirt Bob Russell because we got to make sure they develop. I forgot. I believe Bob Powell was a 5. Take that back. Bob Russell was a 5-star center, if my memory is correct. Josh Reese will be holding it down at right guard. And then at right tackle, we have Edward Watkins at 95 overall. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, Rashawn Pearson and John McCowan. We are looking for them to have a big season this year off the edge. We are finally getting better on the edge. I believe McCowan is now at 95 overall. Rashawn Pearson, just a sophomore, is now at 85 overall. Along with Bobby Swaggart and DJ Walker working inside the interior line. So you see that right there. Take that back. John McCoy is a 93 overall. Look at Walker, though. He's a beast. The linebacker position, in my opinion, is the most questionable, but we do have Grant Garcia back. But we got some young catchers looking to make names for themselves. And also keep in mind, Daniel Hayes will be the impact player at 92 overall, but we got Kevin Jackson, who's looking to make his presence known. And we got some other cats like Buster Brown, who want to make his name known as well. The linebacker position is good, but I believe it could be a lot more better. And then on top of that, Daniel Hayes only has 79 speed. The secondary, though, we got a lot of people coming back. Avery Vincent is back for his senior season. He had 2 interceptions last year, including his pick 6 versus Southern. And we also have Josh Jones back. Now, a lot of quarterbacks were testing him last season. He had 2 picks, and including this pick 6 versus Stafford. And I believe, if my memory is correct, he was one of the best players on the team as far as pass deflections and pass breakups. We also have the former 5-star cornerback out of California, Ryan Anderson, back. He had a phenomenal freshman year on defense, being named as a freshman All-American, as well as a All-SWAC first-team player, or was it second-team player? There, I got to remember all this stuff, man. But yeah, anyway, dog, Ryan Anderson was great last season. Also, starting at free safety this season will be Joe Brown, rocking that 21. And you know, you rock 21, you are really good at defensive back. And of course, Jason Reed is back. He will be our starting free safety. He is now in the 90s, could potentially be an impact player as well, but for now we only have 2. You will see them in the first game. Jason Reese was definitely holding it down for us at strong safety. And then on top of that, look out for Aaron Landrum, who is looking to eventually become the starter on the left or the right side. Aaron Landrum caught his first interception of his collegiate career in his home state of Arkansas versus the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. So there goes our secondary, and there goes our team, man. 86 overall, Joe Brown, and then we got Jason Reed at 93 overall. Special teams. So, of course, Chad Hamilton will be returning punts. Chad Hamilton is still salty at the fact that he did not win Returner of the Year. He got beaten out by that player from Wisconsin. And then, of course, we're going to have him, and I believe I put Ryan Anderson back there returning kicks, usually on punts, but Chad Hamilton's probably the fastest player on this team, so I'm definitely going to keep him back there on kick return and punt return. And then, of course, you saw we have a walk-on punter, I believe it was, and then we got a kicker in the offseason. So, with that being said, I have no idea what we're going to look like this season, but I do feel that we can make another run for an undefeated season and hopefully get to the national championship game this time. So, as you know, the 2013 season, the national championship game is in the Rose Bowl, Pasadena. But what is our schedule going to look like? Well, here it is right here. Our first game is a rematch from last season. We're going up to Death Valley State College, Pennsylvania. And yes, that's James Beaver right there. We're going to be in Beaver Stadium, and we're taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Now, Penn State, you saw it earlier. They are ranked as the number 2 team in this country. So this definitely going to be loud in that stadium. The second game, we're back on the road. We're going to Austin, Texas. We're taking on the Big 12's Texas Longhorns. And another rowdy environment. There's been a lot of renovations in that stadium since the mid-2000s. It is crazy how big that stadium is now. Games 3 and 4 will be in the Gulftown. The first one is against the number 1 team in the country and current national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, followed by the beginning of SWAC play versus Alcorn State. Then we're going down to Tallahassee and Bragg Memorial Stadium to take on those Florida A&M Rattlers. They're coming off a great season last year where they went to a bowl game, and I believe they did win it. And then we're back at home to take on the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats for Game 6. Bethune-Cookman has been absolutely horrendous throughout this series. Maybe that will change for them in the future. Who knows? Then we're going down to Houston, Texas, BBVA Stadium. Although they wasn't playing there back in these times. This is an MLS stadium, by the way. We're taking on the Texas Southern Tigers and H-Town. Game 8, back on the road in Baton Rouge. We're in the Bluff. A.W. Montfort Stadium taking on the Southern Jaguars in the second biggest stadium in the SWAC. Southern has been up and down in this series. They're coming out one of their worst seasons in this series back in season 8. I said that like that was many years ago. And then game 9. It's back. The Magic City Classic in the Gumptown. Alabama State Hornets, Alabama A&M Bulldogs. We go to Jackson, Mississippi for game 10 to take on the Jackson State Tigers. This team has given us all kind of problems throughout this series, but in the end we came out on top with the exception of season 1. And then the last 2 games are back in the Gumptown. We're taking on Grambling State and the preseason number 5 Miami Hurricanes of the ACC. It's going to be an interesting start to the season. Join us next time. We got to find out where our former Hornets get drafted at. Catch us, won't ya? Peace.